Time to bring in a four-wheel drive, a GSR with an Evo 3 upgrade.
Originally the car is C Blood, Abel Mackarats from Hypersound owned it, offered him a hefty amount and ended up buying the car.
New owner Adam Fisher probably did quite well out of the deal.
He spent over $100,000 on the car while he owned it and got it running to potential, but it just needs little finishing touches.
Adam's previous car was this Mirage called Volt. Adam removed the door handles so that the doors could be opened using the mirrors. Didn't stop it from being stolen though. The payout went towards the new car. So back to the GSR. The yellow leather interior takes some getting used to, but the most interesting bit was the dash. You don't normally find all the gauges fully integrated. It's been entirely remoulded using a fiberglass base over the original dash and then reskinned. The tacho is built in where the vent used to be, and the new vent below it was regrafted from the left-hand side.
The car's actually running still standard drivetrain, gearbox, diffs, the whole lot, no gearing's been changed. It also runs standard brakes as well, so it's fairly simple to replace if it ever gets broken, and so far nothing, only a transfer case is busted, and yeah, it seems to be holding up so far.
The audio system had no expense spared either. Two 5.5-inch splits were moulded into the new dash behind a yellow cover, which is removed when driving in case the reflections make you run off the road. In the back, weighing 250 kilograms, you'll find two 15-inch MTX subs and two MTX 300 watt amps behind 1-inch thick perspex. There's so much power, it's buckled the roof. Driving on a slippery track is always tricky, but the extra 250 kilos in the tail can unsettle it very quickly. Hitting the brakes as it starts to slide doesn't help. So Rod jumped in for his turn. Having watched Adam's previous spin, he aimed for the same corner. Notice how he doesn't brake when the rear lets go, but steers it through. The GSR 1.8 litre engine has had 40 grand spent on it. The high-flowed turbo is from an early Cordia, boosted to 30 psi. With a 10:1 compression ratio and forged pistons, there's over 200 horsepower at the wheels. Another 4 injectors under the manifold are activated at 4,000 RPM. They allow the fuel gauge to move as quickly as the tacho. The 3-inch exhaust is from the turbo back. Chasing an Evo 6, which we'll see more of later, Rod finally found the Lance's limits. And another chance to practice for Rally Australia.
It's got different brands of tyres front to rear, and when I first started driving it was handling quite neutral. It would even oversteer a little bit into the corner, but now the front tyre's gone completely off and it just won't turn into corners, getting a massive amount of understeer. So when I sort of flick it at the corner, try and turn it in, I've just sort of stunned myself off the road into the dirt then, and just put the cheap rally graphics on it for him for no extra charge.
I think he'll be getting the sponges out soon.
Next we tried dragging the GSR against the Myvec, without much success. On the first run, Giovanni missed second gear. On the next one, he couldn't overcome the front wheel spin in all the rain. An easy win to Adam. On a dry track, the GSR has run the quarter in 11.7 seconds on street tyres. To offer the GSR some serious competition, we brought along the new Evo 6. These aren't easy to come by. There's only about 5 in the country. Standard, the 2-litre turbo produces 276 horsepower. This one's been slightly modified by Ralliart with bigger intercooler pipes, custom airbox and a 3-inch mandrel bent exhaust from the turbo back.
Well, Adam's car had a lot of power and the handling was okay for the first couple of laps, but very soon the front tyres went right off and the car was very unpredictable to drive. This car's basically standard, but having seen it on the track already, I expect it to handle really, really nicely and go very sweetly, so we'll see how she goes. One word that springs to mind with this car is it's absolutely faultless. You can throw it into a corner, have a controlled power slide, where you can just drive it. If you get into a little bit of trouble, it just drives straight out the corner. It is absolutely fantastic, and its performance is startling. I can't believe it's basically a standard motor. It's almost as quick as the GSR. We'll see in a moment. We'll have a drag and just see how quick it is.
Quick it might be, but not quick enough to catch the GSR, even with the weight of its stereo gear.
It just feels so predictable, so easy to drive. It's really a fantastic motor car. I love it. I want one.